Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Liana Nur Fadila from English Department Class 5A. In this beautiful moment, I would like to thank for the opportunity that has been given to me to present my proposal with the title Morphological Error Analysis in Writing Skills of Recontext at the 8th grade student of SMP Negeri 2 Seragi. First, I would like to discuss chapter 1. Background in this study is the researcher will be focused on morphological error in writing. Writing is one of language skills as the graphic representation of spoken language. Writing has related with the morphology. Morphology or morpheme is the smallest unit of language that has a meaning or grammatical function and form words. As we know, learning second language is not easier as we think in learning a second language. When the student have ability in writing English, but sometimes they still having error their writing concerning with writing of kind of text such as recount text. According to Hashim, 2002, page 45, error is a systematic deviation when a learner hasn't learned something and consistently gets it wrong, and error are systematic deviation from the norms of the language being learned. Based on the background of the problem, the research identification of the problem, there are students having morphological error in writing, especially in recount text. From the identification of the problem, the researcher conduct this research for find out word classes of morphological error on recount text and to know student difficult in writing text. Okay, the next is chapter 2. This chapter present about some related information. It is intended to provide some theoretical concept which will support this research. The discussion is presented about the first is error. According to Hashim, 2002, page 45, error are systematic deviation when a learner hasn't learned something and consistently get it wrong. The second is morphology. According to Tooth, 1987, page 45, morphology is the study of morpheme, which are the smallest significant unit of grammar. The types of morpheme in different way yet contain same meaning. According to Pecker, 2001, page 4, state that morpheme consists of lexical, grammatical morpheme, free morpheme, bond morpheme, inflectional, and derivational morpheme. The third is the nature of morphology. According to James, in Sahran 2018, page 27, morphology error is one which involves a failure to comply with the norm in supplying any part of any instance of this word's classes morphological error. The fourth is the concept of writing. According to Brian, 1997, page 1, writing is the act of forming symbols, letters, or combination of letters which relate to the sound when we speak, making marks on a flat surface of some kinds, arranged according to certain conventions to form word and word arranged to form sentence. The fifth is writing process. Harmer, 2000 and page 4 until 6 divides the writing process into 4 stages. There are planning, drafting, editing, and final draft. And the last is recount text. Knapp and Watkins, 2005, page 51, also say that recount text is a sequential text that doesn't little more than sequencing a series of events. It can be considered as the simplest type of narrative genre. In making a recount text, there is an important point which is worth knowing. According to Anderson, in Rohmawati 2070, page 41, a recount text has three main parts. They are orientation, event, and reorientation. And the last is the language feature of recount text. Anderson, 1997, page 53 until 54, suppose the language feature of a recount text. There are the use of proper nouns, the use of past tense, and it is organized in a chronological order using time connector that signal the order of sequence or event. For the example, then, next, after, meanwhile, and they function as connector. And the use of adjective and adverb for detail. The next is chapter 3. This research design of the study used the qualitative approach. The method used descriptive qualitative research used the writing test. The subject of the research is the student at the 8th grade of SMP Negeri 2 Seragi. Consists of 32 students. After that, the researcher and teacher will conduct a writing test. The technique of collecting data with document and interview. The technique of analyzing data of student error as follow: identifying error, explaining the error, and describing the error. Okay, the Honorable my lecture, I have present all the content of my proposal from chapter 1 until chapter 3. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.